One morning, you wake up and decide something bold. You walk to your printer. You open a design program. You type 100 on a piece of paper. You print 10 of them. Just like that, you've made $1,000. It sounds ridiculous, because everyone knows what happens next. You'd be arrested. Counterfeiting money is a serious crime almost everywhere in the world. But here's the strange part. Every single year, governments do exactly that. Not with a home printer, but with something far more powerful. They create billions, sometimes trillions of new money. And somehow, that's completely legal. So the obvious question is this: why can governments print money, but you can't? And the answer is not just about law. It's about how the entire modern money system actually works. And once you see it, the system starts to look a little strange. Let's start with a simple truth. Money is not valuable because it's paper. A $100 bill costs only a few cents to produce. The value comes from something else: trust. When you accept money for your work, you trust that tomorrow someone else will accept that same money from you. That shared belief is what makes the system function. And governments sit at the center of that trust. Because governments control the official currency. In the United States, it's the dollar. In Europe, it's the euro. In Japan, it's the yen. Each currency has one authority that can create more of it: the central bank. In the US, that's the Federal Reserve. And unlike your home printer, the central bank doesn't just print paper. Most of the time, it creates money digitally. Numbers appear inside the banking system, quietly, instantly. No trucks, no ink, no noise. Just new money entering the economy. But here's where things get interesting. Governments rarely say they are printing money. Instead, they use softer words: stimulus, liquidity, quantitative easing. It all sounds very technical, but the core idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine the economy as a giant machine. Businesses need loans, banks need cash, markets need stability. When the machine starts slowing down, central banks add money into the system to keep everything moving. Sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. During the 2008 financial crisis, the U.S. Federal Reserve created about $3 trillion. Then, during the pandemic in 2020, it created more than $4 trillion in just a few months. That is an almost unimaginable amount of money appearing out of nowhere. And yet, nobody was arrested. Because in modern finance, money creation is part of the system itself. Now, here's the uncomfortable math. When new money enters the system, the total supply of money grows. But the number of goods, houses, cars, food, doesn't instantly grow with it. So the same economy now has more money chasing the same things. Prices start to rise. That's inflation. Not always immediately, not always evenly, but slowly, quietly, the value of each individual unit of money shrinks. Your salary might stay the same. Your bank balance might stay the same, but the purchasing power changes. You didn't lose money from your account, yet somehow things feel more expensive. It's like a silent tax that no one voted for. Now, to be fair, governments don't create money for fun. Printing money can prevent economic collapse. It can stabilize banks. It can keep businesses alive during crises. Without intervention, recessions can spiral into depressions. So the power to create money can be incredibly useful, but it also comes with risk, because the temptation to use that power is always there. History has shown what happens when money printing goes too far. We've seen it in countries like Zimbabwe. We've seen it in Venezuela. Prices explode, savings evaporate, and entire currencies lose credibility. But in large economies, the process is more subtle. Inflation creeps in slowly. Asset prices rise, stocks climb, housing becomes harder to afford. Wealth concentrates in places where the new money flows first, and most people never see the mechanism behind it. Which brings us back to the original question: why can governments print money, but you can't? Because money isn't just paper, it's power. The power to influence markets, the power to stabilize economies, and sometimes the power to quietly reshape the value of everyone's savings. If every person could print their own money, the entire system would collapse overnight. Trust would disappear. Currency would become meaningless. So the system gives that power to a single authority, and then asks everyone else to trust them not to abuse it. But that leaves one final question. If the value of money ultimately depends on trust, what happens the day people start questioning the system that creates it?